Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Meet the 4 Biafra war heroes who are Yorubas. Meet the 4 Biafra war heroes who are Yorubas. To my dear listeners from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. Biafran heroes of Yoruba extraction. Not many of us remember the Yoruba soldiers who fought gallantly on the side of Biafra. This is a quick attempt to remember some of them now. Lieutenant Colonel Victor Banjo. He was one of the first graduates to join the army alongside Ojukwu and others. The two were best of friends, according to public records and individual account. When Ojukwu released the January 15 coup suspect in the eastern region after the revenge coup, Banjo stayed in the government house with him, while the rest were accommodated elsewhere in independent layout, Enugu. Banjo led the 3,000-strong Biafran brigade, known as the Liberation Army of Nigeria, and also called the Midwest Expeditionary Force, in the planned invasion of Lagos. His forces reached Benin within 12 hours on August 9, 1967. By this time, Nigerian forces had captured Biafran towns of Obudu, Gakem, Ogoja, Nsukka, heading to Enugu, and Boni, heading to Port Harcourt. Banjo's arguments with Ojukwu resulted in fatal tactical delays in Benin and Ore, en route Lagos for several days. He was recalled back to Enugu alongside his deputy and quartermaster, Major Ifeajuna, court-martialed and executed with 3 others in September 1967. Lieutenant Colonel Banjo was the highest-ranking Yoruba in the Biafran army. Major Wale Ademoyega, one of the 5 majors that toppled the government of Balewal on January 15, 1966. He was released from Warri prison during the Midwest invasion in August 1967 by a battalion led by Major Chukwuka, another of the 5 January 15 majors. He first commanded the Biafra newly reorganized 19th Battalion, but replaced Ifeajuna as the Liberation Army Quartermaster General when Ifeajuna, was recalled back to Enugu with his commander, Colonel Banjo. Ademoyega wrote a book on the January 15 coup titled Why We Struck. He was arrested by federal soldiers after the war, faced the military commission, and was detained until October 1974. Captain Ganiyu Adeleke. He was one of the January 15 officers released by Ojukwu. He coordinated the Biafra 18th Battalion at Onitsha as infantry company commander, with Major Chukwuka in readiness for the Midwest invasion. He distinguished himself in the charge towards Ore and later become an instructor at the Biafra School of Infantry. When other Biafran soldiers who took part in the Midwest invasion were released from prison in 1974, after Gowon granted them pardon, Captain Adeleke, Lieutenant Colonel Ochei, and Colonel Annibal Achuzia were exempted from pardon and remained imprisoned. Lieutenant Fola Oyewole, he also joined in setting up the Biafra 18th Battalion at Onishal and commanded the D Company that liberated Ugeli, part of Sapele and Wari, during the Midwest expedition. Lieutenant Oyewole is one of the first soldiers to write a very instructive book on the Civil War titled The Reluctant Rebel. It is a credible account of the Civil War from the eyes of an active Biafran army commander who is not from the East. Oyewole is also one of the Biafran soldiers detained by the federal government after the war and released in 1974. Note: other notable Yorubas who opposed the federal government on the Biafra War include, but not limited to, 1. Wole Soyinka, 2. Tai Sholari, 3. Prof. Ezekiah Oluwasomi, former Vice Chancellor of OAU, Ife, 1966 to 1975. So my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Now let's move down to the comment section. The first comment here says, Igbos thought that capturing Lagos is victory, well, without knowing that defending their territory with all their might is absolute victory. Another comment here says, RIP to those who lost their lives during the Nigerian Biafra War. A comment here too says, when will this blame game for we Southerners end? All the names mentioned in the article rings bell. They were all heroes in their time and had a common front in all they did. They did the best they could offer to their generation and left legacies. So you all think the best we can do for this generation is to apportion blames and fight on their behalf? To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment section and let's know what your view is all about. Thank you for listening.